I am introducing New Earth education at the Speaking House and community. We have been longing for communities. We just have not been quite emotionally intelligent enough to create them and to live in them. The Speaking House gives a structure of autonomy and interrelatedness. It's a funny thing. We've needed that for a long, long time in education, where the child is self-directed from the prompts of their soul based on all their previous incarnations and their current need, desire, wish for this particular existence. So that's how we run it in education at the Speaking House. And the interrelationship between the child and the adults is also one of freedom and choice, however, with deep responsibility. The children and the adults work together. Now, as the adults have been here longer, with hopefully a little more wisdom and world savvy, they're the ones who broker deals of affiliation between themselves and the child. Now, it may be one child, it may be a group. Usually it's best to get a group together, small or a little larger. The adults are chosen for expertise in areas. Expertise which is a depth of knowledge in terms of theoretical through to practical, and they're passionate and they have interests that understand the interrelationship of their subject to others, subjects which provide the resources for their expertise, or the subjects which are the end users of their expertise. And you can see already just those two subsets allow an expert to be able to work well on a number of areas. So a child has a desire or a wish to explore something. The education at the Speaking House is experiential learning based on experimental play in a wonderfully prepared environment. So the child and the adult make a deal. You will apprentice with me for a week. We will conduct this and this experiment. Or it may be a larger deal for 3 months or a longer time. The child wants to learn how to make pots and you happen to be a ceramic specialist. Or it could be anything. Look at this little map. I am a landscape architect, a fusion of art and science. We look at the hydrological system, at the earth in all its different glories, the geology, the actual structure of the earth, the type of earth, the plants growing as a result, the climate, the microclimate, all of the human factors. It goes on and on and on. I've got a little model version of the Speaking House and its intrinsic community. We have a circle in the center, which is the main central home, the management, the inspirational center, a beautiful welcoming center for visitors to come and stay. This is a place that people will come and stay to learn and to be inspired. It's not just buildings, it's also cute little tree houses as residential pods. And then there is a central area from celebrations to performances to gatherings to meetings. That is at the hub. Around the hub are groups of homes, each constructed by that family to their desires, to their wishes, from the native building techniques. Allowed each of them to bring in 3 strange exotic materials to embellish their home, each one different. We are different, thank God. We're not hive mind beings. The children live in those homes. They're part of those families. They're the children of each of those experts. The children also come from further away to stay, to experience, to understand what it is to learn in this kind of place. And they stay in the accommodation zones. But these groups of homes are the first level of classroom. Now go further out, and around the edge are the more messy things, the factories. Small scale, but they are factories, production zones, sorting zones, storage zones, the animal buyers, all of the different facilities, things, materials, animals, and processes live. Now, it's quite a large area. You can see this is a few square miles. It's very easy if there is a safe way of transport, bikes and other systems. It means there is space for everything here, but it is also a community, a kind of a village. How does it work and how do other communities not function? Because it's based on autonomy and arrangements between people. The American Constitution was based on freedom, this autonomous decision-making, and the knowing that there were always means by which things could be discussed, altered, changed, and addressed. And the same thing operates here. Each child has a learning book, digital or otherwise, in which all of these arrangements are made. They take that from place to place to their different apprenticeships of learning, so that the adults in charge, these experts working in their field, have an overview of what is happening and what that child has experienced. And there are, of course, regular meetings about everything and everybody, about what the adults are experiencing and what the children are experiencing, and the children also have meetings. It's not quite as formally structured as sit there for hours. That can be an arduous, tortuous experience. There are meetings. They are done in many different ways. This is the point. Usually in our world, we feel we must make strict structures. A meeting always every Friday at 2:00, and the meeting is the same, and it bores the living daylights out of people. If we know there is to be a meeting, but every 2:00 it may be a small group of 4 people or 48, it's a very different kind of thing. So many meetings can happen, but they always do happen. Agreements made, if they need to be changed, there is a small discussion and they are changed. Let's look at this community a little bit more. The Speaking House is based on a completely integrated, and you could still use that word, holistic way of learning. It uses all the best tenets of the alternative school systems, and it operates on a larger scale, including human beings living and working. The adults are actually still pursuing their passion. If they are wonderful with animals, they are still working with animals, producing food from beautifully looked after and kindly killed animals, processing that. And the children, if they want to learn about leather, they go and apprentice themselves to that. If they want to know about looking after animals, they apprentice themselves to that. If they want to understand what feed and foodstuffs go, they look at the agricultural processes involved in that. And that will be linked into many different areas. There are areas just for livestock to be. There are areas for livestock to forage, such as pigs in the woodlands. There are areas where foods are grown for both humans and livestock. Plants for cosmetics are grown, for medicines are grown, for experimental chemistry, experimental biology. And then there is a whole area of fields beyond the remit of the school itself for plant fiber cultivation, so that we have weavers and processors of fibers as part of this extraordinary team of adults producing fabrics and ropes and building materials. And the child has a possibility of learning every single aspect of our human life, not in a weird curriculum set into geography, history, biology, chemistry, physics, maths, etc. Integrated. And they know how to do this and this and this, and they learn about connections. And the adults, they keep deepening their sphere of interest, and they keep broadening it as well. They have to be people who can relate well to others. This is a small overview of how these can become not only schools and wonderful places of inspirational learning, spread around the world to inspire people to a new way. They can take as much as they want from it, go away and practice their own version. But these should be extraordinary places, small, vibrant, brilliant communities. I'm Dr. Isabel M.A. This is Activating Our Human Potential, New Earth Education at the Speaking House. Please go to my fundraising page. Give generously, spread this, share this, talk about it. Let us start something in this world that is slowly being picked apart, all the darkness being exposed. We must support, celebrate, and feed and nurture the new, the better, and the really human